I was Googling information about you today because I'm like, I have been listening. Like, this is the thing. I have been listening. One of my favorite songs, Sanctuary. I have been, like, when I tell you this is my sanctuary, I'm like, oh, this is me. I love what I hear from you, and that is authenticity.
Yes.
Authenticity. I looked at things that you've done and performed because I was trying to get a picture for the thumbnail for YouTube, and I love everything that you do because it's you.
Yeah.
It's 100% you. And this is leading into my first question because I know, especially myself, I'm a singer. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. See? Social media. I'm a singer. I got 4 albums out.
Wow.
You don't listen. You don't know. I don't expect you to know because you're too busy with your life and your business, and you get to social media and then you go on to do what you have to do. But I know how hard it is to do things in the public eye and on large platforms like Rising Star and maintain your authenticity.
Mm.
What has that been and what has that looked like for you? Being who you are, your husband supports you so much. And so it wasn't just, because they always say, oh, you got to be young and hip and we need kids. No. Anybody that knows in this business, you get respect when your voice matures. When when you're able to master that sound and produce that sound anywhere you go. How has that been in your constant debuts? Because you show up and you're there and you're in this and you're in that. How hard has it been to maintain the integrity and the ownness and the accountability to yourself and to your husband?
God, for one, my relationship with God. I grew up in church, but at the end of the day, it's about my relationship. And, it's not my parents and it ain't nobody else's but my relationship. So I learned to be accountable for myself through pretty much just wanting to represent something that a person can identify with. And so many things change in life, and it's like people blow with the wind. And, I want to be a person that someone else can look to and say, I see myself in her, or I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And I think that just having that upbringing, and then a lot of times you see so many flaky people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you expect for those relationships, like for people to say, I've had a friend since I was in 5th grade. I used to envy that. Like, God, I wish I had a friend for that long, that period of time. Right. And so I had to become that friend to people. I had to become responsible for being what I wanted. So why not be exactly what you want to see in other relationships in yourself? Be that for yourself and for others. And it's been easy, I guess, because I am grounded with my family. I have 2 daughters, and so I'm always striving to be an example. Striving to be an example for them. Yes. Striving to be an example for them as much as possible.
Yes. And I must tell you, I know that this is an at-home look for you, and I know that, usually when you come out, it's heavily produced, but thank you for the at-home look. I'm so thankful that when you said I have 2 daughters, that she chimed in, because she heard her mommy talking about her. I'm so glad she did. I like those kind of moments. I like this. I will watch that back just for that moment, because it is what I'm out to illustrate to the public is that no matter what we do, we are people.
Yes, we are.
just like everyone else. And everybody ain't out here doing anything and everything to fit in and to get ahead. Like, yeah, some of us are taking the high road. And in
Yes.
taking the high road, it's a long roundabout way, and it costs more. And I remember I was interviewing a fashion icon from Paris the other day. Her name is Diane Pernay. Yes, and I met her 17 years ago in Paris. I was a young fashion model then, and she would say she was just like the price of freedom is very high. She was like the price of freedom, and she said she went on to say, and you almost no most of us can't afford it. Yeah. She
Wow.
really, yeah. So I love like even this down home look because you like I saw it. First of all, okay, Rising Star. I just have to talk about it. I've been listening to the damn performance all day long. My God, and you're standing there and you're so beautiful.
Thank
You're
you.
so beautiful. I want to call you Miss Crawford. You know, everybody when they interview, they want to call you by their first name to illustrate that they know you. Know, I want to call you Miss Crawford because you have impacted my life. I'm watching you and I respect you with the utmost respect. I call all the women that I encounter online goddesses, and you definitely fit that title. It's just, my God, I saw your husband standing there and your mom, and you're out there doing what you're doing, and you say, and I'm just like, and you Ludacris is there with the other judges, and you just giving it to us. I love that professionalism. And what people don't understand is that professionalism takes years and years and years and years of cultivation and practice. I'm obsessed with this song right now because I too am a business owner, and right now I'm dealing with this with a change in my business to where I had to tell all the people in my business, okay, I need y'all to move out of these front rows because my paying customers, they need these seats. Yeah, y'all been sitting in these seats and y'all occupying these seats, but my paying customers, yeah, they need these seats. So there's a song, and it's called "It Costs That Much," and she's basically saying, yeah, it costs that much because it took me years to master. I am in love with that song, and I'm just like, oh, so I'm in that, and what people don't understand about the industry, especially entertainment, is that when you come in, it is not some family situation. You are your own small business.
Right.
You are responsible for setting up what you need, whether it be management, legal, you are responsible. And then you take you as a small business, and then you go start trying to have interactions with other businesses. And if at the end of the day, if they go right, it's on you. If they go bad, if they go wrong, it's on you. And people don't understand that. Like, people are like, oh, well, do you know such and such? And do you know such and such? And it's like, no, I don't know them. No. I remember as I was watching, I think it was Jai Michael White. You said, tell her get down, she ain't got no clothes on. so Jai Michael White, you said it was a picture, and she was like, you said he said he wanted to meet you before you became famous. And I thought that was such an irony, and that he loved your voice and what you could do and your vocal styling. So I'm just, as I'm giving you your flowers, you said you grew up in church. When was the first moment you knew you could sing?
It almost feels cliche.
She's okay. She's okay.
Mommy, I want to go upstairs and then tricycle.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare apologize. Don't you dare.
So it almost feels cliche, but I remembered I was about 8, and we lived in Virginia, Danville, Virginia.
Okay.
And there was a young pastor and of this big church with all of these older people, and of course he always found the song with the big voices in them.
Yeah.
for me to lead because he knew what I was capable of. So I remember singing, the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's by Yolanda Adams.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yes. So I sang that song, and as soon as I finished, the church went crazy. And after service, that was almost like I had a performance, and people came to see me. People were literally lining up to come and tell me, "Oh my God, where did you get that big voice from? You sound beautiful." And I'm just like, "Oh my God!" Like, and I feel like I had been singing for so long anyway. My dad was grooming me, but that moment in particular, I remember like I did something that was really good. Like I did it like to the standard of a person with an ear, a more mature ear.
Yeah.
And so I knew at that moment like this is what I want to do.
Oh, that is so amazing. And I love that. Excuse me, it's COVID, all the mucus. So I love that because I didn't get that in church. But I noticed that in certain people where when your voice is recognized, you get all the support. And it's a confidence builder. And it's so good. It's so good because, then they turn around and they're like, he's up preaching and he's like, okay, now we're going to have a selection. And they look at you and he's like,
right.
I saw that happen to other children in church, but and they put the mic in your hand and you become a part of the grand scheme of things.
Uh-huh.
And it's like when you enter that space, every time you enter that space, there is confidence because everyone knows what you can do.
Uh-huh.
And I find that as we get older and we move into these circles of entertainment, and what people don't understand is, the press and all of this stuff, we need these things, because
right.
people, it's not just for the public to know. It's like you said, for companies to know. Oh, she can do this and she can do that and she's good at this and she's groomed. It starts to make your brand solidified everywhere you go.
Right. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's by Yolanda Adams.
Oh my God, yeah, that's a big one.
Yes. So I sang that song